day, viewers. You're welcome back again. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. And on this segment of Political Review, we are bringing you what is happening within the political space, as it happened last weekend when the burial of the Access holding boss, Herbert Wigwe, the wife, and the son were buried. Something dramatic happened. There was a face-off between the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, and the Senate president at the venue of the funeral service when they were given the opportunity to speak. It was a matter of altercation, but something came out from the mouth of the Senate president responding to Fubara's speech, which everyone gave serious accolade. Let us quickly have a review of what he said, which is what exactly we want to deliberate on. And to you who are watching, especially Nigerians, to know what exactly these guys are doing within the corridors of power. Just click on the like button and keep sharing this video until those who are within your contact joins this live interactive section, because you're also free to call the lines when we open them up for you to make your own contribution to what we are talking about. All right, straight to what actually transpired and what the speech that has raised dust among many Nigerians today. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
This one has to do with our political class. What is all this struggle all about? You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about?
What is the struggle all about? I will answer you. The struggle, we are not talking politics. In 2006, I wanted to be a deputy governor. So the then deputy governor invited me and told me that this office has no money. There is nothing in it. I don't know why you still insist on moving me from here and taking over. So a woman who went with me said, Your Excellency, then don't wait for impeachment. Just resign since there is nothing in it. And he stood up and he started punching the woman. And I told him, Your Excellency, don't punch her. She's telling the truth. There is nothing in the office. That's why I want it, because you are too big for it. So, Your Excellency, Governor Fubara, if there is nothing in the struggle, don't struggle. I know that since I wasn't a presidential candidate, the ovation that the Redeemed Church will give to me will not be as much as my brother who was a...
All right, that is it. If you can deduce from what this man said, I mean the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, that if there is nothing in there, then they have no business being in power. That is just the express interpretation of what Akpabio said in response to the statement of Fubara, who is telling the politicians there who are gathered that it is this life amount to nothing. Why killing? Why the desperation to grab power at all costs? And at the end of the day, you will die and leave this world behind you. Now, what this man has to say, and somebody who is not, guilty or being flogged by his guilty conscience wouldn't mount the podium and start, reacting directly to what Fubara said, because Fubara never mentioned, I didn't hear Fubara mention or targeted Akpabio particularly. But let us hear from my fellow discussant who is already seated, Ndubisi Anenugu, who is joining me on this media chat. Hello, good evening, Ndubisi Anenugu. Welcome to BVI Political Review. Unmute yourself let's have the opinion on the statement of Akpabio responding to Fubara, saying that they are in politics for something they can grab from it. If there is nothing there, they have no business going into politics or political struggle. So he's admonishing or counting the governor of Rivers State who made that statement that he had no business in power if there is nothing he is getting from it. What's your reaction to it, Indubisi? Uh, okay. Now, talking about the level of corruption in the system, as Fubara have made Akpabio to expose what they have been empowered to do, to amass wealth. recently what is trending, which I'm going to publish the video later on tonight, about the sack or suspension of Senator Ninge, who exposed the budget padding. Instead of these people to, to bow their heads in shame, they decided to, victimize the whistleblower, the senator whistleblower, who exposed their corruption. Do we see these things are connected to each other? And to you who are watching, you may say, oh, this is quite uninteresting. What is my business? The business of every Nigerian is that we are all suffering bad governance. What Nigeria had become today, everybody wants to jagba. People who are here are feeling trapped in their own country, working like slaves, where the politicians are amassing a lot of wealth, where the middle classes have completely been eliminated. Do we see? How does that, what is the impact it is making on the lives of people? Because you as an economist will have better explanation to that. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Yes, it is the impact of corrupt system.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you say that, but always we ask my opinion that we should all suspend everything we are doing and discuss politics. Our attention and our concentration will be on politics. We should be discussing about the budget, about the items of the budget from A, B, C, D, A to Z. We should be discussing about everything. I listened to what this guy who were of South Africa, of the country president discussed last time on the voting strength of each state, starting from other states. The voting strength and the people who actually voted to determine who became governor of other states. I listened to his analysis and his analysis including a lot of the consciousness of the people. And I think what this political class has been doing over the years is to divert our attention, to keep us busy, just like grassroots. In the morning, we run to their workplace, like those of us working somewhere, we run in the workplace, trying to meet certain conditions will ask you to publish me, to write me, and or to write, to work there, if we publish those ones, in fact, we think they set this thinking on what to write in order to be promoted, in order to translate from maybe 130,000 to 160,000 after 2 years. That's their story to work hard so that your salary will get to 200,000. If you wrap it, the owners of Nigeria, the owners have made us have deceived us to be busy in what we call a rat race struggle, struggle to put food on the table. They have so much distracted our attention from thinking about criminality, about the wickedness, about the inhumanity these guys are committing in the powerhouse. So, if you talk about this of the impact of corruption on Nigerians, the average Nigerian, it's massive. It's mind-boggling. In fact, to say the least, it's quite disappointing that many Nigerians are committing suicide, are running away from the country, going into IT in order to start from greener pasture, as you know. While this our land is made up of new money. It's a matter of us preaching, preaching, and identify the right people and support them and get them into power. It is a matter of us organizing ourselves. Once you see the right person, this person is like a good person. You all come around you and say, you are going to do this or this. Anytime we start discussing something like this, the political class are not always. I'm telling you, good guys are like that.
And they will never learn. They will never learn. They will never learn from the previous people who had been there, who have amassed primitive wealth. And at the end of the day, those wealth have been turned over to some other people. Many of their children have scattered those wealth. Those wealth had nothing. In fact, many of those money they siphoned abroad have been confiscated, cannot be traced. And other countries are using it to better the lives of their own people. The money stolen from suffering Africans, because this has to do with Africans generally, not just in Nigeria. And that is why this advocacy is a must. And that is why what we're doing on GGM is something that everyone must be interested in. Just like NBC said, it is a rat race. They have plunged everybody into rat race. You continue running up and down to make ends meet, while these people are making you slaves in your own country. In a rich country, you don't have even the middle class having completely been eliminated with what we have in Nigeria today. It is now the super rich and the paupers, the ones they call the poor masses. But unfortunately, it is still these poor masses. It is the poor against the poor. It is the poor they use against the poor. And that is where we have problem in our society today. The poor people will tell you, we are not interested. We are not interested, that our vote doesn't count, that we are powerless. They have given up. The rest of them who are joining the system or the process are the ones being used to rig the election for the politicians who can pay more. They will sell their votes, who can pay more. They will carry ballot boxes for them, who can pay more. They will rewrite results for them. That is the order of the day. And that is why we will continue suffering in this country. It doesn't matter where you are coming from, whether you are from the east, north, west, or south. It doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or Muslim, or even practicing traditional worship. And it is not just only in Nigeria, but almost in all African countries. That is why you have countries who have all the resources, yet their people are languishing in poverty. That is what we are talking about on this program. And that is why it is important. We all must get involved in this process. We all must be part of this process to make sure that we free ourselves from the corrupt politicians. Let us quickly take some of the commentaries from the comment section. Then we may wrap it up from there. We have, we also acknowledge those who are making comments. You can drop your comment. You can even call 08104545533 to make your submission known. Okay? The number is right there at the top corner of this, +234-810-4545-533, if you want to join this very conversation. All right, so let's quickly take some of the commentaries that I have right here with me. From Efa and Valentine said, Akpabio is a shameless man and a disgraceful politician. That is from Efa and Valentine. You have Ozamaka Abebe. Okay, we acknowledge you coming in. We have Sami Elewe, who said, please, we should start staging plans for against bad governance. That is one of the very crucial reasons or motive why we are gathered on this platform. Efa and Valentine, who made their statement, Sam Elewe, who also made a statement. We appreciate you coming in to join this live interactive section. And it's going to be very brief. You know, we're just coming back again to make sure that everything is put together. And as time goes on, we'll start engaging you properly, where you will be making your opinions. This program will become consistent and you will know that we are going to be live every day for different purposes. So as you're getting it, please keep sharing it. GGM, Good Governance Ministry, is the place to be, where we mobilize ourselves, just like the commentary that came from our brother this evening, saying that we need to mobilize ourselves against bad governance, and that starts with the GGM movement against bad governance. What Akpabio said is a voice for almost typically an average Nigerian politician. What he said there, he was even envious of Peter Obi, who he claimed was given an accolade. All right? Who was given an accolade more than himself. That is what he came to say in a funeral service. People who are supposed to be remorseful of the evil they have committed, with the power entrusted in them. Many of them, if it is turn by turn, they wouldn't even, if it is by merit, they wouldn't even come close to corridors of power. But by any means, once ever they have found themselves, they have pushed themselves from the proceeds of the corruption they have engaged themselves with over the years, been able to have enough power to keep themselves within the corridors of power. Now they think they are omnipotent, they are untouchable, and they can do anything and get away with it. But karma is a bitch, just like Nubisi highlighted. And that is the essence of energizing the people to stand up, because power truly belongs to them. Power truly belongs to them. Nubisi, how are you going to react to the comment of the guy who said there is need to mobilize aggressively against bad governance? If you're there, you can come on. And for those who are watching, you can also comment, and we'll read out your commentaries. You can also acknowledge your presence watching from anywhere you are around the world. Okay, so Ndubisi, I don't think Ndubisi is still there. Are you there? I think network is really playing a prank on him. Okay, are you there? All right, give us your own view on what Sam Elewe said, that people should start mobilizing and staging plans against bad governance. How do you react to that?
Yes, of course. You know, this is what we've been doing over the years. That, it's just like people have not suffered enough. We are waiting for people to suffer enough. By the time they all have tested bad governance, when people like us talk, they will listen. It's not about only a money. Let's follow the Almighty and let's follow the Almighty that they are billionaires. When people like the guys who start to say, do you have anything? Until people realize that we need to get some people to lead us. Their leadership is nothing to struggle. We don't struggle. Just like Kubala said, leadership is a call for service. Anybody struggling to come out and serve you. Anybody, like all these guys that we are sharing money, just to put the house of our country, we don't have any idea. Have you seen any of them calling time on me? Have you seen any of them calling somebody who is going to be transparent, if somebody who that will be able to tell you this is where we're starting, this is where we're going. People feel like us who do not believe in free thinking. You could imagine seeing from a solution who will all compare and those in our starting of this action. Today, he told us to share 2,000 laptops. People were celebrating, share their heart to share 2,000 laptops to pushers and the head pushers as people. Because politicians are doing all of us as fools. They just call of us as fools. That's why they get around do all sorts of things. What is the meaning of sharing 2,000? What we need to do is just announce that any teacher will have access to laptop. What we do, the laptop to take care of us, nobody will subscribe to. What we do is through application. So we are about you, if it's your supplier, if the SY company supplying it, just go to SY company and pick it, upgrade it. Government, if it's 100,000, the government is paying 70,000. The other pays 30,000 will be deducted for your salary. This is simple. It's a matter of calling a meeting in ICT, sharing, and media is everywhere expressing. What is wrong with that? I would, if I decide that action, why why not the right thing? If I don't know how to do such action.
Now, my dear, what do you expect me to say? I have been crucified to the cross by people who believe that we are not singing praises to the current government of Anambra State as though we are anti-good governance. Because we hold government to account aggressively, because these guys are the servant of the people. Yes, we appreciate when a good servant does the right thing. We encourage the person to do more. But we cannot just continue to be sycophants, singing unnecessary praise when somebody did what is expected of the person to do. What he said, he campaigned, he begged, I'm going to do this when I get into power. Then when you finally get into power, you become like a demigod. And you expect BVI Channel 1 and GGM to start praising you? No. Do the right thing. We will acknowledge it. And also encourage other people to support what you are doing. And when you do the wrong thing, we point it out plain. Don't see it as trying to antagonize any person. Don't take it personal. Because what we're doing here, we are committed to good governance. We are committed to public interest. Just like Ndubisi mentioned, credit facilities to civil servants. Is it a rocket science? Except the government is not even ready to pay them. It's not a rocket science. Are we talking about housing? Why is it that corruption? In fact, as we go on, we will continue to address some of these things. Because the whole thing started from the top. Just like these guys were saying, they are going into power to amass wealth. So wherever you are, the standard procedure is amass as much as you can, including the civil servants. It all trickles down. Why is it that corruption has continued to be on the table every day? It's because public utilities are not working. It's because things are not the way they are supposed to be. These are the kind of truth these guys don't want you to hear. But we'll continue saying it. For public interest. All we're after is for public interest. If there is credit facilities to civil servants, am I a civil servant? I don't even have anyone in my family that is a civil servant working for the state government. Okay? But what we're saying is when there is public interest, that is our own benefit. And that is what government should be. And that is what GGM represents. Okay? It is still in this dispensation that we are seeing people, when you tar road, people will be singing praise all along. We appreciate and understand the situation of the people of Abia State, who have for a long time not seen what good road looks like. It can be appreciated. But as time goes on, we should go beyond tying of roads. Any idiot can tie road. But it takes a visionary person to understand what is proper construction, proper planning, creating new cities. We are talking about developing new cities and, reinforcing modernization in the urban areas we already have. That is what we call governance. Governance and leadership is about inspiring people to be at their best. I can give it to Soludo. He's trying his own best at his own level to teach our people. He's just acting like a lecturer and the people, the students. In fact, if you want to listen to him, make sure you have book and paper to be writing notes down. That is his own mentality. It's also a good thing to change the mindset of our people because our people have their own mindset. But not people coming here to say, hey, we are here, we must be praising Soludo. That anytime we are not praising Soludo, then that means we are anti-Soludo. We are anti-solution government. No, GGM is not anti any government. GGM is anti-bad governance. So if you find yourself within that bracket, just know that you are part of the problem. So that is exactly what we're doing here. And we see there is nothing else we can say other than this. This is the hard truth, and we must preach it. And we expect those who are watching us to help us share this video. People are always attracted to controversies, to what is happening. They are not looking at the things that affect them directly, the things that impact their life directly. And that is part of what GGM is doing, Good Governance Ministry, to preach this gospel to our people. Let me see, as we are wrapping up on this very section, give us your closing remark, and we'll take it up from there.
All of them, they all do that. They get that, and they will come fact, I that's why I don't observe anybody to talk about it. Because they find things that will change and how we do it. I expect their lives to be better. I expect them to have housing allowance, building. If you teach for 10 years, you will have government supposed to build bungalows. That is the kind of policy that will attract and get at the what do we need? We need only accommodation, feeding good food. I expect food to be produced in the market. I expect all the secondary schools to be producing of food. How far? I expect it to be functional education. This is what I expect. It's to do this country. If we will have a lot of
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Indubisi, the village economist. We will always speak like one, and I appreciate those of you who have watched this far. We'll continue to bring you this live interactive section, and some other time you join us on other of our programs, which we are going to be rolling out on this platform as we continue. But before we end this program, we are still going to refresh your mind on the very thing we talked about earlier today, the altercation, the world war between Senator Akpabio and the Governor Fubara of Rivers State, where Fubara admonished politicians not to, kill themselves in the process of grabbing power. Not just themselves, but killing people along the line, getting power at all costs. So Fubara, when he said that, it angered the guilty. The guilty was restless, and that happened during the funeral service of the Wigwe. Okay, so after that very speech by Fubara, telling politicians to their face that this will not go well with them, okay, that killing and doing everything desperately to be in power will not go well for any one of them. But Akpabio mounts the podium to start countering and targeting Fubara as if though Fubara was actually referring to him, of which that is not the case. Let us quickly reverse back to exactly what built up and formed the basis of our live interactive section tonight. And when I come back, we kiss it good night.
This one has to do with our political class. What is all this struggle all about? You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about?
What is the struggle all about? I will answer you. The struggle, we are not talking politics. In 2006, I wanted to be a deputy governor. So the then deputy governor invited me and told me that this office has no money. There is nothing in it. I don't know why you still insist on moving me from here and taking over. So a woman who went with me said, Your Excellency, then don't wait for impeachment. Just resign since there is nothing in it. And he stood up and he started punching the woman. And I told him, Your Excellency, don't punch her. She's telling the truth. There is nothing in the office. That's why I want it. Because you are too big for it. So, Your Excellency, Governor Fubara, if there is nothing in the struggle, don't struggle. I know that since I wasn't a presidential candidate, the ovation that the Redeemed Church will give to me will not be as much as my brother who was a...
That is it, my people. That is exactly what forms the basis of our discussion tonight. What is your take on this very altercation? What do you get from it when Akpabio said if they are not getting anything from this power struggle, then there is no point them being within the corridors of power? Is that what it should be? Drop it on the comment section. Help us share this video to everyone around you. As you get it, share it, like it, so that together we all can stand up against these people that have made and amassed primitive wealth at our expense. That's Richard Peters, the advocate for good governance and the anchor of this program, Political Review. Till I come your way next time, please stay tuned, stay connected, and keep the hope alive as this struggle continues. Bye-bye for now.